like the glue. And I'm interrupting this little jam session because I wanted to talk about my death. Well, not my death, just death in general. Don't worry, this isn't one of those Hannah Baker, if you're reading this, it's too late kind of things. I mean, that's my hand right there, right? And that's my head. Yeah. So, we're fine, right, Elmer?
Yeah, we're good.
Like a fourth wall break within a fourth wall break? That's like
16 walls.
Exactly. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that was stupid.
Yeah,
okay,
was.
so, yeah. I just thought filming this on this would be a little more, you know, dramatic for the topic. I've been thinking about death a lot lately, and not in like the cynical, oh man, I'm scared of dying kind of way, but in just, I don't know, it's something, it's a difficult topic to talk about. I mean, death, no one wants death to happen in their life. You know, like losing a loved one, that's always a hard thing. But does it always have to be? I don't know. Especially from a Christian standpoint, I kind of, you know, we live our lives, you know, wanting to go to heaven. Like that's our end goal result. That's where we want to spend our eternity, right? So why be so scared of death? I mean, I think it's because of the level of uncertainty. I mean, some people live fearless of death, but in the thick of it, I think naturally our flesh doesn't want to die. You know, it wants to continue existing on this earth, but it's such a counter. What's the way? Like, it's such an opposite way of thinking. Us as Christians that we need to live, even if you're not Christian. I think death should be a driving, motivational force. There's an entrepreneur guy that I like, Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. He has this video. If you search it up, just type Gary V. You're gonna die. Basically, a girl walks up to his car and is like, real quick, 3 words. You know, give me advice in 3 words. To motivate me to do stuff or whatever, right? And without even a hesitation, he just says, you're gonna die. And that's such a reality, right? I mean, we're all gonna die. So why not live our best lives while we can? And I'm not saying it to be like, oh, you know, enjoy life, go party, and, you know, do all the drugs. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying live your best life by taking responsibility for your life. You know what I'm saying? At the end of it all, no one's gonna be in charge of your life but you. No one's gonna be responsible and take the consequences of your life but you. So if down the road when you're 80, you're like, man, I should have done this and I should have done that, what stopped you? The only thing that really stops us is ourselves. And it's usually because of the opinions of other people, of someone else, right? I mean, like, I love my parents, but this past year, like, the decisions that I've made have been my decisions. Never with the fear of, like, what are they gonna think? I've always consulted them out of respect, but at the end of it, I made the decisions I needed to make so I can succeed in my life the way that I feel I should. I want to do the things I want to do, not because it makes me successful or I get a lot of money out of it or anything like that. I want to do things in my life that I'm passionate about. Just like this YouTube channel, I just do it because I want to, not because of the views or anything like that. I know it probably sounds really random, but You know, I think death can be a beautiful thing and an ugly thing. I want to talk about, you know, I've experienced it in a beautiful way before. Witnessing my grandmother, she's like my stepdad's mom, so it's like my step-grandmother, but that sounds weird to say, so she's like my grandma, right? And, you know, there was coming a time, she's passed away now, but there was a time, you know, when she was not doing well, and, you know, she was on like bed rest at our house, and like a home health aide house nurse was coming to the house to take care of her, and there came a time where it was like, okay, she doesn't have much longer. There's like only 24 hours left. Wake up the next day and it's like, all right, it's happening. Like her respiratory rate's going down, the oxygen levels, like all her organs are shutting down, and I witnessed that, and I was sitting in the room, and I remember it like nothing else. She was kind of like sleeping, and my stepdad was at the bedside, David, and he was playing like her favorite like worship songs that are Spanish, corridos they're called, and he's playing that and kind of just talking to her, like saying it's okay, like, you know, you don't have to be in pain here any longer, like, I'm okay, we'll be fine, you know, like, it's okay. And it's heartbreaking when you really think about, like, accepting it like that, but it was still so good and pure. And he puts up the what's it called, the window next to her, and this is where it gets kind of crazy, where I was like, oh, this is a beautiful thing. He's like, you know, he says all that, he opens up the window, and then like a ray of sunshine, like, I'm not even joking, that sounds like far-fetched, but like a literal ray of sunshine like hits her face, and the wind blows, and then that was it. She looked up, and you could see her, like, she's like surveying the room, looking at everyone in the room, and kind of like, that was it. She put her head back down, she smiled, and that was it. Like, she just passed right there. You know, we looked at the stuff right there, and that was it. And that's what I'm saying, how it was beautiful. Like, you knew in that moment, like, that angel, or, you know, God himself took her spirit, and it's such a crazy experience, but that's how I knew there was a beautiful side to death. There also is an ugly side. I'm in a place right now, as you're watching this video, where, you know, that's in a country where that's the reality. Death is ugly, and Eric, it can be ugly and gruesome, but it's not always. And I just wanted to shed light on that, and just to say, like, live your best life. You know what I mean? Do things that make you happy. Just be responsible, though. You know? I don't know, kind of a tangent. Right now, there's like workers outside my car watching me, so I'm gonna end this video, and maybe I'll let myself do the outro in real life. Alright, that's it from Cassette Tape Me. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Alright, so look at that real quick over there. And then that over there. Just admiring the beauty of the Davenport suburbs. Kind of random, but yeah, so let me just flip this out for me. people like driving by thinking I'm some weirdo because I don't even live in this neighborhood. But yeah, death is crazy. I think the main point of what I'm trying to say in this whole thing is live your best life. Do what makes you happy. And not in like the crazy extent of it all, but like just take responsibility for your life. Make the decisions that you need to make to better yourself. Make God decisions. That's something Cassette Tape Me didn't touch on, is making God decisions. Which is basically like pray, consult God in everything that you want to do. You know, I believe whatever you're passionate about, whatever your talents are in, is what you should focus on. That's the kind of stuff people should double down on. You know what I'm saying? Some people are called to be the artists in life. Some people are called to be the doctors, the whatevers. But it shouldn't be based on what your parents want for you. It shouldn't be based on what anyone else thinks of what you want to do. What I learned over the past year is staying obedient to God is the best way to find out those kind of things. This past year, you know, the moment I took God seriously, he was like, all right, I have this lined up for you. And I took it and I went for it. And, you know, because I went for it, I've met people and I have all these opportunities, and I'm most happy now because of that. You know, I part of that's finding out my calling, and which is ministry, youth ministry. And I think using this as the template, as the medium, the source to do that is what is how I'll touch the youth. But because of that, finding out that, I ended up going to Southeastern University, and that was after months after finding out my calling, that opportunity came into play. And because of that, I was able to just focus more on honing how to do that and stuff like that, letting me meet people and having all these other opportunities. I'm just kind of going on a tangent, but I'm just saying, stay obedient. God is intentional. Be intentional in every aspect of your life. Don't waste time. Is the resource here, you know what I'm saying? Make time. Get right with God. Yeah, and just live your best life. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. Look at that, though. Keep moving forward. Thrive. And, you know, stay focused. Let 2018 be your year. That's all I gotta say. So, peace.